right, it says it's preparing.
Got it.
Just
Got
being live.
it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Right. We gonna go live. Can't have chapped lips going live though, because the game is.
Well, we are now live. Hello, 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 everyone. My name is CiaraWimby, and I am the founder and the CEO of LIV You Nonprofit. Welcome on in, ladies.
It's the one with the cootie free kisses. See, can't have chat cootie free kisses. 'Cause you know, don't nobody like no dry kisses. They secure cootie free kisses. It is I, Cicely Beckham, the mental wellness coach.
Woo, woo.
Yes, and hello, I am Stephany, the spiritual wellness coach. Welcome.
Hi.
Right, we got somebody new in here with us today. Come on, introduce yourself.
I'm Valerie Beckham, Cicely's mom,
Woo, woo. Mama Val.
That's right, Mama Val.
and I am a relationship coach.
Woo, woo, woo,
I tell you,
woo,
we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about when, where, how, and we're going to know love you first.
Mm.
I know, ladies. Y'all can do it. We can do it. Y'all can do it. Come on.
Today is our second Saturday. And so on our second Saturday, we always have a specific type of topic that we deal with. And so today we're talking about relationships, as Ms. Mama Val just said. And so she's our relationship coach. So she's going to be, leading us today. So the floor is yours. We're just a part of it. And, we're going to chime in with probably some of our relationship stuff because we all have been talking about relationships before we got on here today. So yeah, different spaces.
For different faces. Now, I will, but let me segue her in because it's going to be, if you've never heard my mom speak, you will definitely think we the same person coming out. I am a legit reflection of her. So you'll see where I get it from. She is very eloquently spoken because she's not as hood as I am, and it's okay because it is what it is. But she is so educated and so and intuitive of her in her position. So she speaks with such wisdom and such knowledge. And she's gonna give you a lot of clarity in some things that you just may not have known. And then sometimes you know how you get something like, I didn't even know I needed that.
Right.
And
right.
she's coming with that type of heat. So without further ado, go mama. Go mama.
Okay, well, let's start this out. And my first point that I even want to talk about is about, do you love yourself? Now, everybody might be at that point where they like, I got me, I do this, but do you sacrifice for your own needs? Because you'll sacrifice for your children, you'll sacrifice for your job, you'll sacrifice for your mate, but do you sacrifice for yourself? And if you don't do that, then you're cheating yourself out of you. So first of all, my first point was like, how do you love someone completely if you can't love yourself completely? So if you don't have a foundation for love for yourself, it's difficult for you to have a relationship with anyone else because you have no foundation. All love is built on a foundation, sometimes friendship foundation, sometimes just instant gratification, different forms of ways to build foundations of love. But if you don't love yourself, you're the base of everything. So when you fall apart, your relationships fall apart. So first of all, you got to put you first. You got to love you more than you love anybody except for God. God should be first, and then you right like down, but underneath. But anyway, so
wait, I want to jump in there because
I want to jump in after that. Okay.
Right, because you threw heavy hitters and you finna run through them. Hold it.
Hold on.
So, and it is so crazy that you said that, like, understand, do you love yourself? Do you make sacrifices for yourself? I literally just posted something not that long ago, and it says, anything less than what I deserve is self-betrayal. And so, I know, right? So if it was deep, it hit me. So I'm like, no lies. Right. And so, understanding what self-love looked like I didn't understand that it looked like a sacrifice. And I was like, well, what type of sacrifice does that look like? Like for me in particular. For me in particular, it was time. I give time to the people that I love. I give time to the things that I love. And so I had to stop sacrificing my time for others and give it to myself to realize, what do you need in this space? In this time that you're giving yourself, what do you fill that with? And so that's what it looked like for me. But I had to, it took a long time to kind of shuffle through some things, because I'm like, well, my hair be done, my nails done, my feet done, I'm cute, I can do some makeup. So that's self-love. And it was like, no, I'm not fulfilled. No. Oh, okay. Well, I got friends and I had somebody. Okay, that felt a different type of space, but it was still a void in this self-love. So when you said that sacrifice, that hit me like real to the core of what that is. And I'll yield the mic.
And for me, it goes back to continuous improvement. Like, are you investing in yourself, your knowledge, and it could be, you know, going to go get your hair and your nails done too. It could be massages, but are you investing in the things that solely make you happy, not the things that you get gratification from with your loved ones and their happiness, but solely make you happy? And it goes to why even creating Live You, which is love, inspire, value you. Like, I always tell y'all, I'm an only child. So I have a very deep connection with looking out for me first. Like, that is, I'm real embedded in that. And because I know that that's a very good skill set that I have, I choose to make sure that I share that with other people, because you really do have to put yourself first. And if you've ever been a caretaker, when I had to be a caretaker for my mom after she had a stroke, you go to a class and they tell you that you have to take care of yourself before you're even able to take care of somebody else. And when I heard that, I was like, well, why don't other people notice things? Why don't people notice? Well, let me help spread the message, because I'm good at that. Yep, me first. Oh yeah, I'm down with that one. So that, I love that's the first and the foundation.
Absolutely. So piggybacking off of that with the mic, right? I think for me with the self-love is a combination of both of what Cicely and Ciara said as well, time and continuous improvement. And so I have always had goals. And so whenever I am reaching those goals and I achieve those goals, that's a complete self-sacrificing, motivational, everything for me. It's just like, I did it. And that to me is making me happy. That is, and I've sacrificed many other things to getting to those goals. And, you know, we can cry and complain. I think I said something about, you know, who needs sleep when you're about to graduate in less than a year. Even though that's true, I'm still happy that I'm graduating in less than a year. I'm okay with sacrificing a little bit, because my goals is so much bigger. And achieving those goals, getting to those goals for me is so self-gratifying, or so whatever word I'm looking for.
Fulfilling, maybe.
There you go.
What you have to remember is that sometimes you have to work on things to get to your happiness. Everything isn't instantly instant gratification. So that's one of your things. You're working on a happiness. So therefore that makes you happy, because you're on the goal to a happiness. So that's even better, because now you're reaching for a larger happiness, a more stable happiness, and that's self-sustaining.
Yep. So they took the words right out of my mouth, but there it is.
Okay, then how about next? You have to release all unhealthy feelings. Old relationships. Come on, let them go.
I'm about that releasing life. Yep.
You stop cussing at me.
You know what? I've been hurt before. I'm not doing this because of this. You can't treat Tom because Dick hurt you.
Oh,
you gotta treat Tom.
It's always Dick. Dick hurt us.
Oh,
And you gotta give Tom a fresh plate. You can't give him a used plate that you gave, well, we'll say Jerry, that you gave Jerry. You can't expect him to eat off that same plate. So you gotta let go of those feelings. And then the thing is, you were probably in a relationship with somebody that wasn't supposed to be with you anyway. So therefore, you can't make someone else pay for their mistakes, because it's not fair. because they come in with a whole new attitude, a whole new everything, and you've got a plate full of stuff already about, you can't do this, I'm not letting you do this, I got my guard up here. So you gotta stop and you gotta you gotta reevaluate yourself. I know I've been hurt with this, I'm gonna let it go. I know this was a disappointment, but this person didn't give it to me. You have to come fresh. You gotta, like, my thing is, I have, 3 foster kids, and I have to be new every morning. Sometimes I go to bed, I'd be ready to fight. I'd be like, woo, I'll get up in the morning. But I get up in the morning and I'd be like, thank you for a new beginning. And I have to let go of everything that happened from yesterday, everything that they made me angry with, and then start all over again and be new.
That's
So that makes me think of, right. So, because that makes me think about something that I've learned along my spiritual journey is love is in the present. So if we're still talking about yesterday, day before yesterday, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, or whatever it is, then you're not present with love.
And you haven't released it. You're still holding on to old. It's like that scripture that says, put new wine in a new wine.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. Yes. I told y'all I don't know many, but that one I do know.
Old wine skins, they don't work, they break, they fall apart, they start to shatter. And if you continuously try to do that, then you're going to continually have a second battle on your hand along with everything else. So you'll be fighting 2 things at the same time where you simultaneously didn't have to fight either of them.
So I want to say, because you make it seem so easy, like I wake up new, but there has to be a resolve there, right? I have to want to let go of that. I have to want to not be mad at what you did yesterday. Like, and so a lot of people don't know how to release. Like, it happened. Okay, what was the lesson I learned from it? What was the point of what were we? Because a lot of times when you think about arguments, it's like, what are we even arguing about? So usually a power struggle, right? So I know for me, if I had a crazy day like that, where I've come into combat with anybody that I'm in a ship with, if it's friendship, relationship, workship, whatever that is, I have to have a resolve of why I no longer want to feel this disdain toward this person and want to come anew. But then what I realize, if it's me that's coming with this new thing and they still holding on to it, I'm like, oh wait, you want me to pull it back up? So that's literally a superpower on how do you resolve and let it stay dead. Or how do I even resolve when the other person don't want to resolve?
So here's the thing, it's about what people don't realize, and I say it over and over again, it's all a mindset. Now, people think, how you've ever heard somebody say, I can't tell my heart who to love. Right. I can't. That is so untrue.
Right.
That is a huge lie.
Everything is a choice. Everything.
Your mind is, I'm telling you, is the strongest thing in your entire body. When you make up your mind to do something, it overrides everybody. If you say, you can have a cut on your arm, if you look at yourself and you convince yourself that that's not going to hurt, it doesn't hurt. So a lot of times you let your heart guide you. You let your heart convince you, your mind, that, oh, we can't do it. But in true actuality, if that person, it could be male or female, if they make you angry enough, you be like, I'm done. When you decide, when you get to the point where you're so hurt, you're like, I'm done. But your mind has got to the point where, like, okay, we done. We don't care what the heart says, we're done. But it's still your mind in control. If you learn how to control your thoughts and your mindset and be in control of that, no matter what situation you in, you can do it. But you gotta prepare yourself for it. You can't just be like, I'm done. But tomorrow I'm gonna go and call them one last time and then tell them how I feel. No, if you're done,
forget you and your feelings.
We don't care about your feelings.
Right, it's a wrap. And so then you can do that. It's like if you were hurt as a child and you're holding on to this anger and this hurt and everything, you feel like holding on to this anger is really hurting that person. But who in actuality is it hurting?
You.
Right.
It's inside of you.
Right.
If I,
And you
I
know,
can't catch blessings if my fist always balled up holding on to something. Like, so I
Oh, I
gotta
like
let it
that.
go.
Yeah.
you know, it's something that you said, Mama Val, in terms of letting go of that person in that relationship. It also makes me think of when the person is letting go of whatever that situation was and not bringing it over to the new situation. You also have to let yourself in that past situation go as well, because you're not that person anymore. You're a new person. You're coming into a new situation with new feelings, with new everything. So don't beat yourself up. Don't be so hard on yourself. Everybody goes through things, but let that person, let that version of you go.
You're allowed to make mistakes. It's not like you have to be perfect. And the
Exactly.
thing is, sometimes you can take total blame for it, but don't beat yourself up about it.
Right.
Maybe I forgive myself. Because if you
Right.
can forgive somebody else, you should be able to forgive yourself.
First and foremost, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, you know, once you get to that point where you forgiving yourself, then you're able to go to someone else and say, I forgive you. But if you go to them and you're like, I'm so sorry, you still hurt. You still haven't given yourself that time to heal and forgiving you.
I be a thug.
Yourself.
I'm gonna forgive myself for letting that shit slide because I should have smacked you in your mouth.
Right. Right. I'm gonna forgive myself and not put my hands, no.
Yeah, because I should have put my paws on you, but I did. I gotta forgive myself because I wanted to.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pat myself on the back for growth because you didn't do. Go ahead, girl. You didn't do it. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Look at me. Y'all see me? Want me to do it? Want me to do it?
He will.
That leaves us right in the self-love. Okay, you got self-love. You know what? Everybody's self-love looks different.
Mm-hmm.
Self-love is totally different. And so you should not dictate your self-love on what someone else is doing and what they think and how they feel is good, because it may not work for you. So you got to know that just because, you know, one of my biggest things is, like, I have decided that when I get into a situation and it really, really bothers me, I give myself a time limit. And depending on the situation, that's how long I have to gripe about it, talk about it, do anything I'm going to do about it. And when that time expires, then that whole thing is expired. So sometimes I have to give myself a day, and sometimes I give myself an hour, and then sometimes whatever, because if I need to cry during that time, I tell myself, okay, we're going to cry. We're going to get done with this. We got 1 hour. You got 1 hour to get it all out, and it's done. And then I have made a mindset that that's what I'm going to do. So after an hour, I'm done.
Automatically done.
And guess what? If I come back to it, I'll be like, poof, did you forget that you were done with this? Because you will come back. It will come back into your remembrance. And you have to remind yourself, oh, wait, I'm done with this.
Man, don't let you try to call your friend and she wasn't available to talk at that time.
Then she calls you back.
So then you better
talk about it no more.
Write it down.
Right.
Write it, because I'm telling you, they will rehash it and
work you all the way back up.
Yep. And forget that you was there.
So if you know you ain't gonna talk to your friend in 2 days, you better give yourself a 2-day limit.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the time frame on it.
Yeah, I definitely have to put a date on it. And like, so even if they don't call in 2 days, when they call back, I have to like, never mind. You know, it was nothing. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Like, I have to do that because I know how I work myself back up, and then I'm gonna work myself up to do something stupid. So I'm like, that's why I had to hurry up and let it go, because I know that I was working myself up. And so, and the only reason I really called that particular friend is because they was gonna work me up to do it. Like, we was gonna be a bad force together. Yeah. Like, because you know, you got particular friends. Like, if I call Ciara with it, she be like, "Girl, you're bigger than that. Let that go. I don't want to hear that right now. I want to hear she want to bust out the windows with me, right?" So I'm gonna call Stephany.
I'm not the one to call for that.
That's
like, hey, this you down for the ride?
Yeah, let me get my shoes on. Here I come.
Yeah. So like, that's the friend I called to hype me up in that moment, because I didn't want to be settled down. I wanted to be hyped. And so then after I settled myself down, and here come the hype freak, I'm like, never mind, false alarm. Well, it's over with. It was crazy. You know,
I've said this. I've said to Ciara, I'm not that friend to call if you want to come. I'm not it. I'm not the one to do that with, because then I'm gonna make you remember that, you know what, they did something like this similar last year. Wait a minute, like, let's put
they did it twice, so you got to get them.
Right. And I'm laughing, I'm joking about it, but
she for real. She for
yeah,
real.
I am. I've also had to learn within that time frame to breathe first, because there was many times where I did not breathe. So if you knew Stephany once upon a time back here, you knew she didn't breathe. I went all the way there, and whatever came out first came out first. This Stephany now, I have to breathe because I had to realize that I'm only hurting myself.
And then you had too many regrettable moments during that time. I should have
regretting stuff.
Very much so. And then I have to convince myself that I wasn't the problem. It was them. I'm not changing myself. It's them.
And I don't like saying sorry. I don't
right.
like, so I don't like saying I'm sorry. So I'll sit here and be like, let me
Yes.
relax, because I don't even want to tell you I'm sorry later on. I hate telling people.
Right.
I plan like mental warfare. You're going down mentally. Like I am destructive. Like you hurt my feelings. I'm not sorry. You're gonna pay.
I'm
mentally.
gonna fight you on the spiritual plane. That's where I'm gonna go. That's where I'm going. So I'm coming for you, but just not in this physical space. I'm gonna make sure you feel it.
But here's the thing. If you understand mental war, you understand it as spiritual war. Because when you talk to people and you realize that they're going through something mentally, it's because they're fighting on the spiritual plane, or they don't know how to fight it on the spiritual plane. Yeah. So most people don't know about that spiritual plane. So when I attack you mentally, that's setting off my spiritual warfare, because you got to know. Right. You better quit playing with me. Don't make me mad.
You better stop playing with me. Don't play with me. Not me. I'm gonna let you get away with whatever you get away with. But when you cross that line, that's when I gotta come for you on all sides. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick today. No.
Okay, let's keep this
moving. Map is done.
Okay, so now you need to know when you're happy, and you need to know what makes you happy. Sometimes you could be in the middle and you could be laughing and really joy, and you don't even realize that, wow, I really like this. So sometimes if you have problems trying to remember when you're happy and what makes you happy, when you have a happy moment, you need to write it down. Keep track of what makes you happy, because then when you even read it, it'll make you smile. So sometimes just that little barrier right there will open a door for you. Because my thing is, here's another thing that I do when I'm in a situation, I have to choose joy. Sometimes I keep telling people, I'll tell Cicely all the time, don't let nobody have you. Nobody can take your joy, you give it away.
Yep.
So the thing is, sometimes you gotta take that joy back, and you gotta be like, okay, you know what? I choose joy. Because I'm telling you, I had a situation, it's like everything in my life was going crazy. And then I had to stop. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna choose joy right now. Everything I'm thinking about now, I'm just gonna choose joy. I don't care what's happening. I'm gonna be joyful. My whole saying is, my glass is never half empty. It's all the way full.
I know, that's right.
So I know that what makes me happy. I know, the things. And so when I need that, I have to pull from my happiness jar. I have to be like, okay. And I think about my grandkids. I think about
they make you happy.
What you say, Cicely?
Oh, they make you happy. They get on my nerves and stuff.
That's because you're not the grandma, you the auntie.
Girl, and the mother. I'm the #1 ringleader to the one that get on her nerve. I trained them well.
No, you're not. No. He in a good place now.
Okay. Good job, Tahj.
It's fun. It's interesting when you say you have to choose joy. And for those that are actually, listening and watching the replay on it, it is a choice. It truly is a choice. You have to pick and choose your battles for one, but you get to choose your behavior in those battles as well. So choose happiness. And it doesn't matter what it looks like to other people or what it looks like in the situation. You choosing yourself first. And when you choose joy, you choose yourself first.
I want to give an assignment for that too, because a lot of people, like you said, like what makes you happy? I want you to think about, like, how does that look to all 5 of your senses? Like, I know when I see lilies and tulips, that's my happy space. I like happies. I know when I'm eating tacos, that's why it's some bomb tacos. That's what it tastes like. I know on the coldest day in Chicago, when I get my warm fuzzy weighted blanket out the dryer, that's what it feel like to me. So how does it appease to all 5 of your senses? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it touch like? What is visually?
Oil.
Yeah. So I want you to challenge yourself to realize, what does your happiness, like how does it appeal to all 5 of your senses? Because sometimes you need to be stimulated in different ways. Sometimes it's like, if you bring flowers into me, that's like, my whole day is like, oh man, whatever it was, shoulders down, like boom, I'm happy. You feed me tacos, bro, you got a friend in life. Like for life. Like it's street tacos to be exact. You know, no lettuce, no tomatoes, just onion and cilantro. Like if you want to love on me, that's what it is. Like, understand, like, what is it that, how does it appeal to you? So when you know it, like you said, write it down. So you'll know, like, oh, that made me happy. Cool. But how did it make me happy? It made me happy because it tastes good. It made me happy because it smelled good. Because I tell you, everybody knows me, funky smells trigger me to the highest level of positivity. You ever see, I've seen people fight over somebody pooting in the car. Like, they trigger you. So you got to know these things. So what smells? Dolce & Gabbana Light Loose makes my whole world light up. Now, if it's a man and he got on some Creed, I'm like, Trey Songz came in with some panty droppers on, because it's what it is. Like, you have to know what appeases to your 5 senses to make you happy. Know it, write it down so you can give it to people so they'll know, hey, this made me happy.
Well, if you don't know what makes you happy, how do you expect to make sure that other people are making you happy? Because we always like looking to make other people happy, but why are you always looking to make other people happy? Look to make yourself happy first, because then you mad when other people not making you happy. Well, why should they?
How you treat you is the same way other people are going to treat you. I seen this meme that said, you know, the happiness that you give to everybody else, you deserve that happiness for yourself too. So choose your happiness, and whatever makes you happy, do that and repeat that. Make it apparent in your life, make it a pattern in your life, make it a habit. Because when you make it a habit, you can turn into an actual behavior for yourself, and you can recognize it when it's coming into your space and when it's happening. And you can also recognize when it's not happening.
Absolutely.
When you recognize when it's not happening, then you can make the choice to make some changes.
Absolutely.
Okay, move right along, because we're halfway through this program. All right. Now we talked about the inside. How about you dress to impress you? When you look good,
make me happy,
feel good.
Right.
Anybody tell you you're not good,
baby.
Right.
I be feeling like the man when I walk.
Feeling
myself.
I'm feeling
Really.
Moving right along, and we got to get into the relationship part now.
Okay.
Let's deal with relationship. Are you ready for a mate?
What you said earlier, Cicely, you said that you had a date to get yourself
put a date on
prepared for the ship.
Yes.
So you said you want to be with somebody. You said you want to do something. Prove it. Is your mindset ready? Now, we just talked about working with us. Is your wardrobe ready? Is your house ready? Is your house clean? Is your car clean? You know what? If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Keep them boots laced up.
That right there. That right there.
That is literally something we just talked about, literally on the call. And so, like she said, I put a date on it, not for my mate to find me, for me to be prepared for him. Right. Yeah. So I want to look, like you said, I want to look a certain way. I want to feel a certain way. I want to be prepared for it, because if he came right now, I'm dropping the ball. I'm not ready for none of that. Hold on, wait. Don't have nothing ready. Hey, y'all, send me something. I'm on the phone panicking. So you're right. Are you ready for what you're asking for?
Yes.
Like, have you prepared yourself for that? Because so many times I'm hearing people like, I want him to push me to this. Why he got to push you if you
should be at your level. You should be at your own level.
Right.
Yeah. If you don't want to do the work yourself, what makes you think somebody else want to come in and do it for you?
Because I know I don't want to help nobody get to where they need to be.
No, I don't at all.
A side mate or a back mate or a pull-up chick.
Oh,
you supposed to be there. Your thing is, it's like, what do you bring to the table? And you know, if you want this man that's got all this and all that, what you bringing to the table?
Right.
Extension, because I got my own table, sir. Let's do this. It's a big table now.
You want him to reach down and pull you up. And so while he pulling you up, he losing time on his own time.
Right.
Ooh.
Right.
So you got to remember that you got to bring something to the table. And it's not even always about money. It's like sometimes if this man got money, buku's money, but his mind is not stable and he just needs a little peace, if you can't be his piece of peace, you're not the one for him.
Right, right.
No.
So you need to find out the person that you're with, what they need, and can you help them and be what they need you to be? Are you that right person? Because if not, you're not doing nothing but wasting your time.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this: a man with money but some mental health issues was like, here you can have all them coins back.
Please.
I don't want to smoke.
Nope. Those are red
smoke.
flags, ladies. They not pink, blue, and purple. It's not a carnival. It's not. It's real. It's not a drill.
Not a drill.
Those are red flags.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. And also talking about receiving, and I've said this before. When you ask for something, you gotta be ready to receive it, because you're not the only person out there that's asking for this beautiful man that's coming into your life. It's so many other women out there and other people out there that's asking for that exact same thing. And if you're not ready to receive that blessing when it's coming to you, that blessing is gonna go elsewhere because somebody else got to get it too. They ask me for it. Say that again.
I said they might be in order for it, and while they ask for it, they ready for it. And you're not. So it's gonna be bypass you and go on down the street to Susan.
Look at me singing. Please don't pass me back.
Right, talk all over again. Now you gotta call somebody and talk about why your life ain't together and you don't understand. And you
but because you didn't get your life together, that's why your life ain't together.
Right.
You didn't do it.
So here's some tips on how you get ready.
Okay, how we get ready, girl?
You got to make up your mind before you get into a situation, what you're going to do to get in that situation.
What's it going to look like?
Group, I used to tell them, I used to tell the girls, I said, if you decide that you don't want to have sex before you get married or before a certain time, you got to make up in your mind that that's what you're going to do. I said, no, it's not 100%, but if you get in that situation, it's an 80% chance that you're not going to have sex because you already made up your mind. It doesn't always work 100% of the time, but 80% is a high percentage. And if you made up your mind, that's where you're going, that's pretty much where you're going to go. So when you get into a point where you're ready for a relationship or you want to be in a relationship, you got to make up your mind about your money, about how you're going to have sex, when you're going to have sex, and then you know what, let it be known. You got to know how you reacted.
Right.
That just happened the other day. Have to let people know.
Yes.
You got to know what makes you angry. Let people know what makes you angry. So now if they choose to make you angry, then that tells you something right there.
Now you disrespectful, okay?
If I told you that makes me upset and then you still choose to do it, then you're disrespecting me.
Exactly.
You have to talk about are you a jealous person?
Yes.
Are you
yes. Sorry.
No, I'm possessive. It's a difference.
Stephany's
jealous. Got me for a second. I'm sorry. Go on.
Those are the conversations that you need to have with your person. You need to know, and if you all have different levels of even understanding this, then if you don't come to some common ground, it's going to become a major factor. I just talked to a friend of mine. And
she got a question for you, Mom.
Got a question.
I'm sorry. Okay.
How do you feel about compromise? Because when it comes to the relationship part,
I don't mind about compromise. I hate compromise.
Ooh.
Because you'll tell me one thing, but you're lying about it. And so you just trying to make me happy in the meantime, in between time.
Okay, I wrote that down. I'm sorry.
Lies. Y'all didn't mess up.
I wrote it down.
You know some new information.
Right.
So the thing is, you really have to, because the thing is, if he says something to you and you totally not against it, but you think that that's going to make him run, you need for him to run then. Don't compromise yourself for somebody else's happiness.
That's right.
Because it becomes his happiness and not yours.
Right.
So the thing is, make it really clear. You need to tell him, if you don't agree with this, we need to talk about it, because we need to come to some realistic go. We too big for this. We too grown for this. We ain't got time to play. What we doing? And then here's the thing: if you're not dating for marriage, what you dating for?
That's it. That's all.
Nigga, put a date on it.
Thank you.
Pussy ass nigga, I was talking that tough shit.
We in the friend zone until. That's it. We are in the friend zone until.
Everybody's in the friend zone until.
I'm single until I'm married.
And that's it.
When you talk to see all the people on TikTok, all the men tell you men not gonna be your friend. You know what you out of them? Dick on the glass. Break in case of emergency.
Break in case of emergency.
Wait. Look, I got my hammer to break it.
Break, dog plan.
So then you gotta know this. You gotta be ready with these things. You gotta be, like I said, if you're already prepared, you don't have to get prepared. You don't have to get ready.
Right.
So then the thing is, when you get a man, now you got him, how far are you willing to keep him? Do you compromise your own thoughts and your own whatever to keep him? Maybe because he got a little money or he look good and all your friends say, oh, he's so cute, you better keep that one. But how far are you going to keep him? What are you going to do?
Friends that say, oh, you better keep him. But go ahead, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know if y'all knew that. And I know y'all have noticed that. It's always that one friend that's out, girl, he's good. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes. So if you lied to get him and you tricked to get him, oh, that's coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
How far are you willing to go to keep that lie and that trick going?
Listen, sir, if you watching this, you know this gonna change tomorrow. I'm not catfishing you. It's still me here, but listen.
Right.
It's not a lie.
Take me as I am. That's what Mary said. Take me as I am.
And all the weird changes that I got.
Just being authentic. You're being your authentic self. Because like when you say that I'm gonna keep changing my hair, that's authentically you. You're gonna keep changing your hair. Now, authentically me, I'm not gonna have on different wigs, but I will change my hair. I mean, sometimes my hair, I may not have locks forever. I may wind up going back to straight hair. It may be curly, whatever it is, because I go through different patterns of how my hair is. But is that authentically you? Be authentically who you are and represent that. And then someone's either gonna deal with it or they're not. And so I ask for people, men and women, that's in my space, just authentically be who you are. And I'm either gonna accept you or I'm not. And it's my choice if I don't want to fuck with you. Oh,
that's it. Look, she got this is serious, right? Yeah, this is serious. This is real serious.
So here's the real big one. Now you meet a guy and say for instance, he got a big gut and everything else going on, he's got a big gut. And you like, oh, I'm gonna make this nigga lose some weight. And he gonna be
shaped like a 2% milk.
You can't change people. Women always trying to change a man into what they want them. If they're not what you want to begin with, you can't change it. Because they might do it to make you happy for a minute, but eventually they're going back to it, and then you're gonna be mad all over again.
Or you might get him fit for him to find a girl that was for him.
Exactly.
Right. Mama Val, somebody told me this the other day, and this is why I definitely believe it's important to have women in your space that are older than you to give you wisdom and advice, just as well as it's important to have friends that are younger than you so you can learn from them too. But a friend of mine that's older than me, she's been married a very long time. And she even separated from her husband at one point in time and got her little boo thing on the side and thought she was gonna wind up being with him, but wound up going back to her husband. And one of the things she recently told me was, allow the man to love you the way he's going to love you, not the way you want him to love you. And I've been processing that for the past month since she told me that, because that was like new information. And just really having to be okay with how that person.
But see, the thing is, also with that, you still have to be true to yourself, because if you don't like,
if you don't like it, you leave.
That's it.
But the thing is, it's like you don't go in that expectation with him saying that change gonna have to come.
Right.
Because make the changes before you get settled and get situated and get serious about it. And then it's like, like you say, come to some realistic goals. Know that this is how this person is. And here's my thing, and I tell people, don't be red flag collectors. If it, you know what, for instance, he laughed like, and that bothers you. That laugh is not gonna change.
It's not even funny.
And it's cute when you dating, but when you get married to him, you gonna hate every time he laughs.
Chop you in your throat. Don't laugh.
Yeah, like one of them little TikTok videos, and then the person is sleeping, you just slap him out the blue, and you roll back over and sleep. One of them.
That's because they mad. That's a red flag that's happening, and they mad about it. So they're trying to get personal revenge without getting their butt beat.
It's something you said that was important to change. It is extremely important to try not to not change. Don't even try. Don't change the man, because if he's not who you want, then don't be with him. Don't deal with him. You don't have to be around him.
Right.
Don't try to change a man. I had a friend back when the other Stephany was present. She told me, she was like, we know how to make an ugly man fine. I'm gonna change him and I'm gonna do this. And I was like, first of all, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you do that. But just leave him where he's at. Just leave the ugly person where he's at. He may be nice. He may be everything else. But if he is not attractive to you, and I know that, looks matter or whatever, but if he is not attractive for you, then what is your purpose or even engaging? I mean, you can be nice, but make sure it's clear. Make sure you understand what it is, and make sure that person understands what it is. So there's nothing that's leading him on into thinking where maybe possibly there could be something between me and this woman. Don't do that, because then you're going to create a situation where it's going to be toxic and it's going to be harmful for both you and him. And since you created it, you're going to get the worst karma too.
That is true. That is very true. Because they will come, even though you haven't, like I can't change it, they'll come in and say, I'm gonna love you hard enough to make you fall in love. Mm-hmm. And so now you're like, it's on you. I already told you I don't like you.
Right, because I know that's not gonna happen. People try that stuff.
Right. But like you said, you have to nip it in the bud, because after, like, one thing about them tables, they do turn. It's one thing, everybody not finding everybody. It's true. It's somebody.
Everybody finding somebody.
Yeah, right. That too. Because there's some people looking at us now like, I mean, they all right. And it's somebody like, they are drop dead gorgeous. And we like, we know, thank you. Right? So you just have to know, like, what's your bag? What's for you is for you. And one of the things you said, like, allow him to love you, allow him to love you the way that he loves you. But what if that love is not enough for you? Right?
But that's when you leave. But that's just accepting him for who he is, as opposed to trying to change him. And if that don't work for you,
how soon enough do you know that? Because then you're like, it's been 15 years and he just don't have it. I'm sticking it in because it's been years. Because you know how many people, it's the time. We've been together for so long. And I'm like,
I feel like people show you their true colors up front.
Yeah, you know that up front. Because that's the purpose of having the conversations. That's the purpose of talking about the things that you like and you don't like. That's the purpose of doing all that, so you can understand.
Observing them.
Yes, observing the behavior. And there's behavior patterns. He's going to do the same behavior again, maybe not in the same situation, but in another situation. And it doesn't have to be a hectic situation. It could be a calm, cool, collected situation. But the behavior pattern is still there because that's who he is. So you'll be able, at least for me, I'll be able to tell that right up front if it's not meant to be. And then you also have an internal voice. Everybody has an internal voice. That internal voice will be like, stop, bitch, stop.
But this is for the people who believe, because I'm sorry, because I know that because I've known him for so long. I got stuck on that slippery slope because I've been knowing him, but I know him. It's comfortable because I know him. He got all these qualities that I don't like, but I know him. And he don't do me like that because it's me. So it's so many people out there that's like that, that's still stuck in situations because they know him and it's comfortable. But one thing we always discuss, there's not a lot of growth and comfort.
Yeah, right. So, get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's always outside the comfort.
I just want to touch on that. Say that again. I'm sorry.
How many red flags are too many?
Right.
Ooh.
Right. So that's a good one.
Because after that first ticket, I don't want to pay it no more.
And are there different size red flags?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some of them are tiny red flags and some of them are bigger. Do they weigh the same, or do they measure the same, or do they count the same? Those are the things that
it's like when they say a white lie, it's a white lie as opposed to what? A non-white lie?
Just a lie.
A lie.
Right. Somebody still filmed around here. That's all I know.
Not filmed.
So is stealing grapes from the grocery store a theft?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
Are we thieves? Yes.
Yeah.
My mother went in Walmart, and I told my kids that you can't steal grapes in there, and she's sitting up there eating the cherries out the bag. So I was like, see, you know, she thinks that's not a crime. I said, but I bet if we went up and asked one of the people, is that a crime? They'll say yes. But because so many people do it, they just kind of let some people get away with it. But it's like, you know, you see so many things that happen and so many people let things slide and they, you know, oh, that's the way I was brought up, or that's the way this. It's like, you got to know you got to know what makes you happy and what you can deal with. Because some people can't, you know, some people can't deal with a man to them like this. Some people, it does not bother them at all.
Look, Stephany face pissed off immediately. You don't close your mouth to it,
But
it's
it's
good.
like, what, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Mhm.
So you can't measure what somebody else thinks or feel. You got to know what makes you happy. You got to live for you. You got to be able to be real with yourself. You
Mhm.
have to know when enough is enough. You have to know when to hold and when to fold.
Mm.
You have to be in a relationship, and then sometimes you have to stop and reevaluate that relationship and see, is it worth it? You know, you have to put some weight on some things and like, you know, that was really good that he did this, but you know what, this, I don't know.
But I don't like his mama.
Been there, done that. That was on the list of why I was gonna leave, because I don't like you.
Or not even just that, but he may have like a lot of friends, and these friends are don't hurt him. He's been through that right there. You just told me to hurt his feelings. You told me to crush and step all over his little heart with my highest heels on. That's what you just said. You just hurt your friend. That's what I heard. So those are boundaries. And it's funny because I recently told someone, please, if you have friends, tell them don't tell me that, because that's just going, this is not gonna work. It's a deal breaker. That was my boundary.
Because his female friend actually don't want to be a female. It's my female best friend that she just standing in, she being your wingman, because hopefully one day she hope them feelings will come for her. But they not. Yeah.
Emergency
break. Emergency break.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, don't do that one. That's a pet peeve for me, because we all go through things and nobody's the same.
I mean, I'm not saying that all best women or men best friend relationships are that per se, because some women just have boundaries. If you're a real woman and you just have boundaries, no matter how much you think that he'll stop and do a penny drop at any minute for you, you're not gonna ever go there.
No.
Let me be clear. If I'm friends with the male and we're legit friends, it's because I didn't find him physically attractive. Let's just be very clear about that. And so you have to, and so boundaries get stuck, because I'm like, why you like, so intentions have to be clear on both sides, because a lot of times the males just still want to be your friend to see how far they can go. I can change, if I stick around long enough, they may want to, switch that out. So I've had the point where I'm like, bro, your intentions are not pure with me. You're playing my wingman just to hope that you can get in. Literally had a friend the other day that was like, I thought after 15 years of friendship, I realized you're too much of a woman for me. And I was like, nigga, you never had a chance. You just been that friend, like, beat it. And I really just had to laugh it off on him, because I didn't want to hurt his feelings. Because I'm like, bro, he been my friend for years. But once again, he clearly, I already knew what his intentions were. So once again, I'll play my part. But you never had a chance. And so understanding now, like, what intentions are there of these female or male friends that they have? If they made it clear, like, bro, I didn't talk to, most of the time, like, oh, that's my sister, because I'm not attracted to her. So I done made her my sister. So she gonna do whatever she want to do, because she has intentions of me eventually realizing she's that person for me, or whatever the case may be. And she always been there in clutch. And I'm gonna use her as that, because that's what you keep on presenting yourself as. So you got to realize what those intent of those friends are. It's just the same way you can read through their bullshit, you can read through their friends' bullshit. So
pretty much.
Just the boundaries, as Mama Val was saying, just having boundaries, period. Not even if it's female or male friendship, but boundaries within your relationship, no matter what it is. Because it's a couple of people that I thought I was gonna be forever with, and I didn't go forever with, because there was a boundary that was crossed that I was like, you know what, I can't keep showing up. So I'm gonna be out. I'll see you later. So even if you think you're gonna be forever with somebody, know what your boundaries are. That's what I hear from her saying that. Know what your boundaries are so you know when you gonna end. Like
Exactly.
and not when you've been not at the point where you've been so crushed and your heart has been ripped out of your body and all of that. But just know where you willing to end. Somebody drug you down the street, ran over you. Don't go through all of that.
Don't, please.
No,
Yeah.
up front what you're willing to accept and not accept. Because it just makes life easier. Yes. Is it gonna hurt? Yes. Do you want to stay with people and love and work and whatever? Yes. But when it crosses something that you like, you
Cut
gotta
out.
because
Cut out.
somebody else. It's always gonna be somebody else that's out there. I always believe in that. So just believe.
I think one of the,
Yeah.
I'm sorry for cutting you off. I think, and then we only have 10 more minutes. So I'm gonna Mom, are you done with your points? Okay, great.
Yeah, that's fun.
Definitely amazing, because it's something that I wanted to say is that so many times nobody teach you how to end relationships. Everybody think they have to end off on bad terms, even friendships, relationships. Like, so I want people to start practicing what the end of a friendship look like. What does it look like when you're starting to move apart and you don't want to leave with a bad taste in your mouth? Practice what that looks like for you. Like, what does that say? Like, I know for me, it was very difficult for me to, I just disappeared. I ain't gonna lie to you. Ooh, she gone. You can see me. Right. And then when they confront me, like, cause I need closure. And I'm like, the closure was I disappeared. Like, it's over. But I understand some people just need closure. And so I had to find the words to articulate it. And it's legit. I know people don't like to say them, but it be for real. It's me, not you. You're being consistently who you were, and it's me who's changed. Yeah. And so because of that, I choose no longer to be in the same space because it's no longer comfortable for me. Does that sound selfish? Probably, but it's okay. I'm being selfish with myself right now because it's less than what I want to be bothered with. And I can care less. I ain't gonna say, and I'm saying this now, but I can care less if you're comfortable with it or not, because I don't want to force it.
That's choosing you.
Exactly, but everybody don't like that's selfish. That's when people tell you, like, oh my God, you don't let nobody in. You mean you don't give nobody a chance. And I'm like, bro, if I know this person is not for me, I'm not gonna do it just to save face. So,
just
but
to
so
be
many
nice
people,
about it.
Yeah, so many people are so caught up on that. Be nice and just let people in. I'm like, that's how you get burned every damn time. I saw that stove talking about a red flag. That was a red stove. No, that is not for me. It is hot. No good. So being comfortable with understanding what your personal boundaries are, not only personal boundaries, but professional boundaries as well. Like understanding what they look like to you and being comfortable with articulating them. Go ahead. I saw your hand.
I think I'm a professional breakup person because every boyfriend I've ever had or ex-husband or everything, they're still my friend.
So that's what we need Mama Val to come back and let us know how to properly end things with people. So that's we're going to end on that note that Mama Val is going to come back.
Look. They still want to be my friend, but I'm not nice enough because I know our intentions are no longer pure. Cut it off.
I'll say I have a choice to be their friend, and then sometimes you just choose not to, just because, just leave that alone. But I think it's also different when you have children with people and stuff like that.
You better be friends with my daddy, girl. Hey, daddy.
Because I think it helps.
I could be his friend, but not his lover.
Right. Ooh, I think it definitely helps for the children. Because I mean, I was a child of divorced parents. It helps because when you're having events and stuff and, people come together and they can be together as opposed to they're not. And, you got to take a picture with your daddy over here and your mom. No, we all.
Because one thing about Bobby girl, he popping up.
I don't care. My parents and my pictures with each other. And I tell my friends who do that with their kids, like, as that child, I love that I can see a family picture of me and my parents because they're my parents.
Yeah, I can't even lie. I'm cool with all my exes, and I got the choice to still talk to them or not. Like I'm cool with them all. And then when you do break up, you don't have to talk bad things and wish ill will on nobody. Just break up and be like, you know what? I wish you all the luck and positive energy and blessings in the world. Continue to do you.
Hope you find that person. I'm just not that person.
Right,
And
right.
move
I'm
on.
still cool with them. They just can't hit my line. I ain't gonna lie to you. My line is, the access is denied.
Right.
We cool
block
though, no bad
unfriend,
blood.
delete.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So we coming to the end. We're gonna have Mama Val back. We got to talk with her offline to figure out when she's gonna come back with us. But we have totally appreciated you being here today, because I feel like as women, we don't always get maybe our mothers telling us things, because, you know, they don't, you know, necessarily want to have that type of relationship with you, because they still thinking that they're your mama, as opposed to they need to be giving you some guidance and wisdom with relationships. Or like me, your mama gone, so you know, now you look into other women, older women, to, you know, guide you along the journey. So thank you for being here and giving us some tips and tricks. And so ladies, how do people reach us? How do they can continue to connect with us?
Instagram, we got Facebook, also LiveYou.org. We got our website. You guys can sign up and subscribe to that. We got, what else we got, Cicely?
YouTube.
What? YouTube, we got
Spotify. Look, yeah, all that.
Right there.
15 minutes of free consultation.
That's
Sponsor
right.
a boo.
Sponsor a boo.
We really got to get that on the shirt, but yes.
Get a subscription for our monthly
Self-care box.
e-subscriptions, that the care box, self-care boxes that we do. This month is self-care awareness month, so it's a self-care e-box. So yeah, come through, check us out. We've been getting increased subscribers on YouTube, y'all. I've meant to
We
tell
have.
you. So, hey, shouts out y'all coming through and subscribing. So yeah.
And also, if you guys want to talk about different topics that we haven't discussed, or you want us to revisit, slide in the DMs. We are more than happy to discuss almost anything, because there's certain things. We got boundaries too. So go ahead and slide in the DMs. Let us know what topic it is that you guys would like for us to discuss.
So because it's self-care awareness month, also we are putting together videos of what our self-care practices are. So next week we'll be introducing one or two of our videos, and we will discuss what our self-care practices are, but you'll also get to see them in practice. So that's
they may surprise you too. You know, you might think y'all know us, but you have no idea. So
you don't know me. You don't know me.
You don't know me. You don't know. Just be grateful I'm here giving out cootie free kisses, you know? Like that's what it is. So also my mom, she came through, she dropped good gems. I was gonna say something ignorant, but I'm not, because my mom was here. But as you see, this is the relationship that I have with my mom. Like this is my best friend. I tell her everything. There is no secrets kept here. She do know. I ain't know she was gonna drop that break glass thing. No, that was nuts. But don't worry, you see I had my glass breaker. You know I was ready with it. But we want to appreciate you, always give you your flowers right here. Her birthday is Friday.
Woo, woo, woo.
Virgo's in the
Happy
building. Look at
birthday,
Virgo
happy
Nation.
birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday,
Right. Virgo Nation.
So we appreciate you for being here. If you want to get in contact with us, we let you know. Like I said, sponsor a boo, 15-minute free consultations. Slide in our DMs. We are open to talk, like you said, almost about anything. Other than that, we appreciate you all. We're giving you cootie free kisses. And they gonna say, because they peaceful, namaste. And I'm gonna say out of our way. Okay?
Namaste.
Love.
Bye.
Love you first.
Bye.